Welcome back, and now after the very long video about the timelines and frames for seconds, we can talk about the keyframe. The keyframe, and we can start to create, for example, here the sphere, and I want also animation this sphere on the times. Okay, I want to make, for example, from here and move it here. When you're working in animation, usually I am not animator, okay, but I am the generalist, and sometimes I use animate some value, for example, for simulation, for have the specific action inside my tools. But when you're working, usually you can say, okay, I want to move this sphere. I can have two way for make that if I am not the animator. Okay, the first is take the tools for transformation and move that in the space like this in the object level. Another is jump inside your network, create the transform SOPs, and say, okay, I want to move that, and I move that. That is correct, but it's not more correct. You can use this for very kind of project. Maybe if you are the freelancer, or in a specific situation where it's not required, for example, the very specific or the project where is not required the communication. Okay, or for example, if I can use a sample, we can create the pyro. I want, for example, say, okay, I disabilitate the simulation, and I want, for example, say to stop my my sourcing. Okay, to density, stop the density, for example, the source scale of density. I want to change that. No, I can now. I did that. I talk more about that in the second time. Okay, I can create the frame range, the frame here, and here I can say 0. Come back and we can see what's happened. Okay, we can see here is started my simulation. Okay, my smoke is full density, and then my density is go to disappear. Okay, but it is not disappear because it's setting the effects inside. Because I say to my source, can come back here to my source to the scale, and I reduce that in the time. That should be one situation when you can work, for example, inside our SOP level, okay, and you can use, for example, the timeline in this case. But the animator, how is work the very professional animator? The very professional animator, for example, for move this sphere, you can use the parent control. So it's not a parent control from Google, but it's the parent control with the another object. We can create the null object. And I can say control or CTRL, okay, sphere. And we can connect it to my sphere. My sphere now is connected to this null object. If I move the null object, I see is moved also my geometry. Okay, in this case also I can go here. I can say, for example, I moved the translate. Translate is moved from point A to point B in the space, or I can rotate, or I can scale that, for example, in the time. I see all transformation is transferred from this null object to the sphere. Also, if you want, you can also change the representation in the viewport of this null object, because if I click here, I can see the cross, but I can change the color. For example, I can make it red because, or magenta, or yellow, or the color if you like for see better in the viewport. You can say, okay, this is my null object. You can change the kind of display is null, cycle, box, plane, and etc. Usually we can use this. We can say also the maybe is more like this. Okay. Sometimes maybe you can use the is more near or the same volume of your geometry, but this kind you can little bit up for have the is not this situation because Houdini is the noise base, and when you working in Houdini you can just select from the node in the object level or in your network system. Okay, but if you're working with another software, you can go in the viewport and click on your element in the viewport. In this kind, you can just select in the network. This is more comfortable, so we can use also two without any problem. We can also disable that if you want, and you can see if I move it, I disable that, but if I move it, is still parent, so this is very comfortable for very huge complex geometry. You can use for not have a more heavy operation in the viewport. By the way, we can also use the icon or axis and the icon that you can see. We have the axis and we can see also the axis. You say, okay, this is my axis, is oriented in this kind of situation. Also because when you work in animation, you have the different kind of system of align handle. You can, if I click on my transformation with the right mouse button, you can have here the align handle. You can have object, world, view, C-plane, or parent. Also that is very complicated, is not also the argument of our this session of this video, but maybe in the futures. By the way, now I can also move that, for example. I don't want to work on the scale, for example. I want to be sure the scale and rotate is locked. You can have here the rotate, right mouse button. You can have lock parameter. You can see it's change color, but if I try to rotate, I can only move. And the same for scale, lock parameter. Okay, also for uniform scale, lock parameter. And this is more important in this situation because I want only move our sphere. Okay, in this case, I want only move our geometry, and also I want to move it in another viewport. We can have the fourth viewport. I want is touch perfectly from the 0. Essentially here is 0.5. Okay, that's why, because I want to make sure is touched also the ground. Okay, I can also draw in the ground, for example, with the grid. I can create the grid. This is my ground. I want this is very big, so to match like 2. Okay, is touched my ground. Okay, and this is my, I can put here, I can call that ground. I can also create the label here, and with the difference color that it's very usually I use that this kind of representation when I work, and I see also a lot of people from another company use that. You can also say here ground, or you can also use the stick node, but inside say animation object. Text size medium, because it's more. You can also make more bigger for see better. You can keep the stick node, or you can maybe better hide the background, and we can make this, for example, white. Okay, in this way you can see very quickly if you have more of your node around. You can say, okay, this is my node here. Okay, by the way, we can start now to move our object. And for move our object, we should be recorder the movement of our frames. We can put the frames. And when you work in animation, you can have different kind of animation. The animation is K by K or frame by frame, or you can have the procedure animation, for example, on path with the constraint, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to only move, for now, this element from this position to another position. And for do that, I can go here to translate. We can click the right mouse button, and we can see here we have the voice called keyframe. And for keyframe, you can set in the keyframe here, or with Alt plus hold on with the left mouse button. Okay, and we can have the first frame. We can say, okay, now I show you one way for make this operation. We can see set frame. I can move it, for example, we can working with the NTS for 1 second. I move it from this to this, and I show you here is appeared, and also here and here, the different kind of color for my frame. This is because is the pending, the orange is the pending frame. Okay, if for example I move it to another frame, I see is changed, is hide, is disappear, is not anymore my frame. Why? Because I don't give the confirmation of the change of my frame. So I can come back here, for example, 4, and I click frames, commit change, okay, and it's changed, my frame is change the color. But this operation, every time you can move it, I move it, for example, from this space and need to give the confirmation with Alt or with the right mouse button. It's very long. We can use also another kind of keyframe. And for setting the keyframe is changed automatically every time I change I change it in position or the transformation in the time. We can go here on this icon of the key frames. We can have the different kind of, we can plus this arrow, we can open this menu. We can have here the auto key change. The auto key change is essentially, if I move it also from another frames and move more, go, we can see is change the color. Is not the same color of this frame because I am on this frame now with my playhead. You can see is the dark green, but if I move it from another kind, and you can see it's recorded and give another kind of color. This kind of color is the key, is called the between frames, okay? But also you can click and assign, or with you can see its frame. Essentially, also there is another difference from this color and from this, because if I go, for example, here and use the set keyframe, I set the key, the frame for every value you have here. But if you see, I moved in only one direction now. Can made the very zoom. I moved only from this to this, and I change only this value, only the X value. But I recorded all frames. I can also delete this, for example. Go here from this value, right mouse button, and say delete channel. And is nothing changed on my animation. It's still moved on the correct way. The same for that. Delete channel. Why I do that? And why is more important to make that, for example? You can also go here, we can say come back, and we can see now is take the keyframe only that, and is green, is not like the like say near channel color. Okay, why it's more important have only the animation, the keyframe only on the specific value? Because when you work in animation, maybe you can record a lot of information, and sometimes if you open the curve editor, we can talk about the curve editor soon, you can have more of information is not used